I'm really excited to see Filipe this year just because of that question right there alone, Joe, because one of my favorite things about Filipe, obviously it's fun to watch surfing, but it's fun to watch him in a competitor's area. He's engaged with people. He talks to everyone. He seems genuinely happy to be there. Some surfers avoid the competitor's area and they just can't wait to leave and get back in their bubble. But Filipe just loves it. He hangs out and seems like happy and excited to be around a comp zone. But will that change? You know, lifting all that pressure off of his shoulders of winning. Right?
I'm even putting him as my power surfer for double points.
Very clever. Shane, you get into the fantasy deal here?
I do. Yeah, I do like to play. I have some friends who like to talk a lot of trash.
Obviously, a John Florence, a Jack Robinson, these names that everyone's going to take on. How are you approaching it, Ross? Do you kind of need to stick to those usual suspects here at Pipe? Before we get there, we'll see a look at the left at Pipeline for Filipe Toledo, up and down.
I just love how humble he is about it, though.
As we see just an awkward takeoff there for Josh as things are still just growing here. 3-point ride for Jackson's turn, which was impressive. But yeah, it reminds me how great Dane was everywhere. Actually finished number 4 in the world.
He's over-the-top humble. The guy almost hates the way he surfs, and he's always ashamed of like highlights in his career. You can even see him kind of squirming in his seat there. But then you watch the clip, you're like, oh my God.
Super early age, and it was just, those guys were incredible out here. Like, just so comfortable, charging, perfect technique, like, just incredible. Really neat.
So cool. With the stories coming from Ross Williams and Shane Dorian with 6:50 on the clock.
Just looks like he should be in like a suit and some comedy or something. You know,
he's a character.
Unassuming badass, though. He's such a good surfer. And same with Dane Reynolds. You watch him as we see Filipe slide through that little sneaky backdoor barrel. He kind of looks like a stunt double for Benji Weatherly or the other way around. Those guys are starting to look like the same human.
In his skin, and so happy with who he is and the way he performs. He's one of the favorites on tour. Meanwhile, Filipe getting his best so far, Shane.
Yeah, I feel like he did as good as he could have on that wave. You know, there's so many waves out here at Backdoor where you...
Thing with this little one on the inside, we've got Filipe moving. He's got to get rid of a 1. He got a 5 for his last make, and he'll just step off. That low score will stay low with 3:30 on the clock.
And he's such a sponge, always asking questions. He's always doing the work, whether it's in the actual water. And when he's not, he's like watching videos and like doing his meditation and like reading self-help stuff. And he's just like actively always trying to get better.
This is Jackson Baker. 1:10 on the clock. Needs a 3.01 for the win. He'll pull in, controls that turbulence off the bottom. Goes for a lengthy float, goes the distance inside frothy section, really hard one to work with. He'll go down on his final turn.
Dangerous out there, not needing much of a score. Right now, Josh needs a 3. That's definitely going to up. That's going to require a bigger requirement from Josh. So getting the gritty work done here. Love the way this kid surfs. Got such a heavy back foot. And again, he just surprises.
Josh Moniz, the Billabong wild card, gets left out of this one. He'll go into the elimination round. Jackson and Filipe moving on. Last score in for Baker. Not enough for the lead change, but solid in second as we continue on with a great day of action.